Here's the thing about buying a new construction house that a lot of folks don't tend to think about, and it's picking the right neighborhood, because picking the wrong one could actually be an expensive mistake, and you may not realize it's a mistake, or an expensive one for that matter, until it's too late and you're already living in this house. Because the thing is, it's not just about the house itself, and while it could be perfect, you also need to look at other things in the community, such as your commute times, which could be longer than expected, and even the retail shop that you've been told is going to be built soon might take you years before it actually gets built and completed, for that matter. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact framework I use with my clients whenever they are looking to purchase a new construction house, so that they can make the best decision possible for themselves and their family, and choosing the right neighborhood. Because let's face it, the house may be perfect, but choosing the wrong neighborhood, again, could lead to an expensive mistake and cost you lots of headaches and even time and money. So with that, if we have not met yet, my name is Brock. I'm a real estate agent right here in San Antonio, Texas, and I help folks buy new construction homes all over San Antonio and the surrounding areas. So if you are just looking for some answers to your questions about the home buying process, or if you would like my help in finding a house here in San Antonio, I would love to help you guys out. Please do not hesitate to reach out at any time. I've got the contact information down below. So again, you know what to do. Just reach out with any questions, and if again you're looking for my help, and I'd be more than happy to do just that. So let's go ahead and start by talking about commute times. And this might be something that sounds obvious, but oftentimes it gets overlooked. And I always bring it up to my clients that I'm working with, because commute times are a big deal. San Antonio is a massive city, and it's very spread out. So there's a lot of distance to cover depending on where you're going to be living at and where you need to go. So if you're trying to go even just to grocery stores and go get your food for the week, or if you need to commute to like daycare, schools, work, churches, anything that's important to you and your family, you need to know these commute times ahead of time. So I always like to bring it up with my clients when we're in the communities and say, hey, if we're living in this house and you're going to this here, currently it's looking at a 25-minute drive from this house to this point of interest that you have in mind. So it's always good to look at it, but oftentimes whenever we're looking at these commute times, we're looking at these builders during the middle of the day when a lot of people are already at work, or maybe they're off for work if it's during the weekend. So commute times are a little bit different, especially at Tuesday at 2 in the afternoon compared to Wednesday morning at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be a lot of rush hour traffic. And while Google Maps is really good at kind of predicting and helping you kind of understand the commute times, if you kind of use the plan ahead feature that they have in there, it can give you a really good idea. But something I always recommend is to try to drive the communities. Now, I'm not saying go out to every single house in every single community and drive from that house to work every morning. But what I do recommend is, hey, if you've, recognized that this neighborhood or that neighborhood over here might be your top 2, maybe 3 communities that you're interested in, go out to the community a little early before work, or, if you can get off work a little early in the evenings, and then drive out to that community, start at that house, and then drive to work or that point of interest that you have in mind from there at that time that you would be regularly driving that route to and from the house and that point in mind. This helps you get a pretty good understanding of what traffic flow is, and I would always recommend maybe doing this a couple times, because maybe one morning there's a bad accident, or there's some construction that's causing extra delays, or maybe some bad weather. It really depends, but I would recommend driving this a few times, in the morning and the evening, and out of the other times that you would be normally driving that route from, again, the house to that point of interest, just to really get a realistic idea of what that timeline looks like. So the commute times end up being a huge factor in determining which house you end up buying, because a lot of the folks that reach out to me for my help tell me,
Hey, I want to purchase a house in this side of town, but I only want to be 20 to 30 minutes away from this point of interest. And
so sometimes those are some unrealistic expectations, just because commute times are a little bit longer than what they seem. On a map, everything looks like it's close enough, but at the same time, San Antonio, again, is a very big and spread out city. So just understanding the commute times can be a huge impact onto that final decision of which house you end up purchasing. The next thing you might want to consider before you determine which house you want to buy is to consider the tax rate for the community that you're purchasing in. A lot of these builders have many communities all over San Antonio, and sometimes there are multiple communities within the same general area. So you might have 2 or 3 different communities by the same builder, but each of those communities actually might have a completely different tax rate. Now, here in San Antonio, we're typically anywhere between about 2.2 to 2.4% on the taxes. There are tax rates as low as about 1.8% depending on the community, and I have seen it as high as 2.9% for some communities. So there are a lot of different factors, and sometimes these communities are very close to each other and have a huge disparity on the tax rate. That's because of a lot of things like PIDs, which are property improvement districts, or even MUDs, which are municipal utility districts, and these things can add 0.3 to 1% effective tax rate to the tax value that you have to pay for the house that you're purchasing. So if you're looking at the same builder with the same price point, they could have completely different monthly payments just because of the tax rates. Now, there are a lot of things that go into your monthly payments, but the tax rates, of course, play a huge factor. And so choosing the right neighborhood might play a factor into to what tax rate you're going to pay. And if you're willing to sacrifice maybe a 5 to 10 minute drive for your commute times to your points of interest that we just talked about, you might actually get a little bit lower of a tax rate and be able to have a little bit lower monthly payment. So this again is a huge factor in determining where you might end up living. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is actually going to be the construction phases that the community is in. Now, this can also play a huge factor because a lot of these large communities are built in phases, and sometimes buying in phase one, which is the very beginning of the community, is oftentimes where you get some of the better pricing and some really good deals on a house, and you're able to build some equity in the long run as the community develops and matures. And of course, a lot of these builders tend to increase the pricing as homes get sold. And so if you think you're buying in phase one and there's 4 phases of construction, these phases aren't going to be done in a short amount of time. Oftentimes it takes several years for all of the phases to be completed. So I've seen some communities here in San Antonio take 3 to 5 years to build. I know of one community that's been actively building for about 9 years, and they're still acquiring land and building more new homes in this community. So you can imagine if someone purchased their house 7, 8 years ago in this community in one of the early phases, they're still dealing with all the construction. And that's another point I wanted to share here, is the fact that if you are buying in phase one, not only are you getting a good deal, but you're having to deal with all the construction that's going to be continuing for the next several years. Whereas if you purchase a house in one of the final phases of construction, you know exactly what you're going to get. Yes, you may have to pay a little bit of a premium for that house that, maybe you could have gotten for about $15,000, $20,000 cheaper 5 years ago. However, you're going to have a nice amenity center. You know where all the trails are. All the commercial development has probably come through and been built at this point. And so you know exactly what you're going to get. And again, you're not going to have to deal with construction for very long because you're buying towards the end. And regardless if you buy in the early phases of construction for the neighborhood or towards the end, neither options are wrong. You just have to know what you're getting yourself into. So whenever we're out there talking with the sales consultants that work for the different builders and asking these questions of, hey, all right, what phase of construction are you in? How many more homes are going to be built and how long is that going to take? We'll give you a realistic expectation and understanding of what to expect if you decide to move forward and purchase one of their homes in that community. Now, on that note of the commercial and retail construction kind of coming along, let's talk about that next. Here in San Antonio, as it continues to expand and more homes are being built, there's been running out of land. So they have to keep going out further west, further south, further east to find this raw land and build more homes. The only trade-off with that is there's not a whole lot of commercial development out there to support the homes yet because there's not a whole lot of demand. So whenever these builders go to construct these houses and build these new communities and everything, usually you have to travel a little bit further to get to these things that you need on a daily basis, whether it's a store, a restaurant, or some sort of entertainment. Sometimes you have to go a little bit further. And so knowing, where these things are in relation to the community you're purchasing in might play a factor into where you purchase a house at the end of the day. Now, on the flip side, one of the questions we get to ask these sales reps is, hey, where is the closest grocery store? Is there one coming soon? Is there another hospital being built? Or is there a school coming soon? Is there other commercial development coming soon? And oftentimes there's already plans for it, but the demand isn't quite there yet. So it's always going to be coming soon until the demand is there or someone decides to build it a little bit faster than expected. So if your lifestyle depends on certain things like the gym or going to explore new restaurants or going to a bar and having a nice drink to watch the sports game, all of these things could play a factor because again, some of these items might not be there in the immediate area that you're purchasing. And along with this is also the infrastructure. So some of the roads might be a little bit smaller and not be able to handle all of the homes and the residents that are living in these areas. So you might have to deal with ongoing construction for the roadways. It's a very common thing here for San Antonio to see many neighborhoods being built on a 2-lane road, and there's hundreds of people passing and going through these roads on a single day. And then eventually the city of San Antonio catches up and decides to expand the road, and it causes additional headaches and delays and problems and all sorts of stuff. So just know there's a lot of commercial and retail development that will come with these neighborhoods, but it might take a little bit of time for it to actually get there. Now, something I do want to talk about next is going to be HOAs. Just about every single new construction community here in San Antonio has an HOA in place, and there are certain amenities that come along with it. Now, I've seen some communities that have an HOA and there's absolutely no amenities at all. There's no park, no playground, no pool, no trail system. There's nothing. You're literally paying in HOAs to govern the way that they're going to govern so that you can follow the rules. And now I know HOAs are very divisive and people have strong opinions about them. I see both sides personally. HOAs are great because then you don't have to worry about your neighbors accumulating the junk, letting the yard grow, and having just unsightly stuff all over the place. But they can be a pain in the backside too to deal with, because I have seen where they send out mailers because your grass is, a half inch too tall and they want you to cut it. And so now they're giving you a fine and notice and all sorts of stuff. So they can be a pain. I do understand that. However, just about every single new community here in San Antonio has an HOA. I know there are a couple new communities on the far south side of San Antonio that don't have HOAs, but you're going to have a long commute to San Antonio depending on where you need to be. But overall, overall, HOAs are there. Just know what amenities you're going to get and which ones you're not, because I have, again, seen some communities with absolutely nothing. And then there are other communities that have quite a bit, where they do have a pool, they do have a playground, they do have trail systems, and they have all sorts of really nice amenities and features for the residents to enjoy. Also, something to note here is that when the community is in the early phases of construction, maybe phase 1 or phase 2, depending on how many phases they have, usually the builder is in control of the HOA, and typically they're a little bit more lenient with some of the rules until they pass that ownership over to whoever's going to take control of it from there. That transition can be a little bit bumpy, and sometimes once that transition does happen, then of course whoever's in control of it gets a lot more strict with the rules. So whatever you've been used to for a period of time might become, something that's more enforced now that someone is actually in control of it other than the builder. Now, the final thing I want to share with you is going to be something that a lot of people don't tend to think about, especially when they're purchasing a house, but it's going to be the resale value of the house that you're looking to buy. Now, we don't have a crystal ball, so we can't really project, okay, in 10 years, the house is going to be valued at X amount, and that's what we're going to be able to sell it for, because that's just something we're not able to do. But what I can tell you is that typically homes appreciate in value over a period of time. So with this, just keep that in mind. However, there are some factors that might play into your decision here. Things that can hurt the resale value of a house are going to be the placement of the house itself inside the community. So if you're backed up to like a busy road, or if there's power lines, or maybe there's a retention pond or something that isn't very enjoyable or attractive to see, that could make your house harder to sell and actually reduce the value just a little bit. On the flip side, things that can help the value of your house is if you have a desirable lot, if you are backed up to a green belt, if you have a large backyard, if you're in a good school district that is desirable by the families out there, or if you're just in an area that's going to continue to grow and develop with a lot of commercial development as well as residential buildings, because this is going to help increase the value of your house. So choosing not only the community, but the placement of your home within the community might play a factor into your final decision here. And with that final point, that is all I had to share with you today. But here's the reality about buying a new construction house in San Antonio. It's not necessarily about which house looks the best and which community has the best pool and the best playground for your family to enjoy. It's going to play a factor into your daily lifestyle, not only your commute to the major things that you need in your life, like the grocery store and schools and work and everything else you need for your daily life, but it's also going to play a factor into your monthly budget with property taxes, as we talked about. So making the right decision and choosing the right neighborhood is a crucial point of the home buying process. And so if you would like some help in finding the right neighborhood and the right house for that matter here in the San Antonio or the surrounding areas, I would love to help join you along that journey and help you find the best one for your family and your needs. So please do not hesitate to reach out at any time with any questions you have. And of course, whenever you're ready to find your house here in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, I've got all my contact information down below. And please, I'm here for you. So let me know how I can be of help to you and your family. And one final thing here is, if you did find this video useful and you learned something valuable from it, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and like the video. And while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so that you'll be notified the next time I make a video. I'm sharing all sorts of information about new construction homes and buying them and the entire process, as well as sharing all sorts of other information about the VA loan and just living in San Antonio in general. So thank you one final time for watching this video. I hope you guys have an incredible day, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.